Next on Lifetime's Intimate Portrait. She is best known as the exotic dancer turned investigator on CSI.
Well, blood mixed with saliva sounds like a mouth injury.
I knew that this show was innovative and provocative. CSI came along just in the nick of time.
I think that I maybe ate my edge.
She personifies beauty, but there's something behind that. There's something mysterious there.
She's the Angie Dickinson of her generation. Men love her, women love her. She's sexy. She carries a gun.
The gun-toting started early. Fresh out of college, she played a cop on Ryan's Hope.
I had no agent. It was astonishing the way it all came about.
But it was KC on China Beach that put Marg Helgenberger on the map.
I just needed a painkiller.
Marg has always liked edgy roles.
She was the whore with the heart of gold.
People like to see somebody who's really got problems, but is strong in the face of them. And that's Margie, and that was also the character of Casey that she played.
And off-screen, Marg learned the hard way that life isn't always fair.
It was cancerous and it was malignant, and they had to take her breath.
But Marg takes life as it comes.
I just try to go through the experience to its fullest. Highs and lows, because that's the human experience.
A story of family, strength, and perseverance. This is Lifetime's Intimate Portrait of Marg Helgenberger. Lifetime's Intimate Portrait, hosted by Meredith Vieira.
I feel a certain kinship with Marg Helgenberger. Not that you want me at a crime scene investigation, but I do know what it's like for someone in your family to have a serious illness and what that does to you. Marg's mother is a breast cancer survivor, and so is mine. Sometimes when I watch Marg on CSI, I get a glimpse of that toughness that she's had to cultivate and that compassion. She is definitely someone you'd want on your team. So meet Marg Helgenberger. This is her story, her words.
In 1980, Marg Helgenberger was enjoying the easygoing life of a college student. At 21, she was pretty and talented, with everything to look forward to, even if the future was the last thing on her mind. Then came the news.
My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer at the end of my junior year. They actually had to, take her breath. This was a radical bilateral mastectomy.
I think all of us were just in a state of shock.
I'm sure that I was in denial for a lot of that, just thinking this can't be happening to my mother this soon.
So who is prepared for that?
The experience could have derailed even the most determined-minded young adult.
It was, a very confusing, difficult time.
But Marg's parents had raised their daughter with the inner strength to overcome any obstacle. Kay and Hugh first met in rural Nebraska.
My mom and dad were high school sweethearts. They both attended North Penn High School. They, got married at a young age, 21, I guess, after they got out of college.
Born November 16, 1958, Mary Marg was the second child of Kay and Hugh Helgenberger. Hugh was a government meat inspector. Kay was a nurse. She had first heard the name Mary Marg when she trained at an orphanage during nursing school.
There was a tiny baby there that had red hair, and her name was Mary Marg. And I thought, well, that'd be a wonderful name.
Mary Marg was a mouthful for her big sister Anne, only 1 year older. So Mary Marg became Marg, following in the family tradition.
Almost all the women in my family have Mary as the first name, but none of them go by it. I mean, it was always intended to be Mary Marg, Mary Kay, Mary Susan, Mary Lo, but everybody kind of goes by their middle name.
Kay and Hugh had 3 children in 4 years and were a close family.
We were a Catholic family, and our mom kind of put that fear of God into us. We'd be up at 7 in the morning going to church, and some holy day, stomping through a snowstorm.
They really took us pretty much everywhere they went. My dad was a big outdoorsman. He always made sure we were, in the boat with him, fishing. I mean, I remember he took us down to the creek, as we called it.
The night before I thought was even more fun. We'd wander around the backyard and go looking for night crawlers. Huge, and just tugging them. We were small children, tugging them out of the ground. It was a gas.
One of my first catches was a snapping turtle. Yeah, it was a big one too. My dad, he said, oh, but it makes good stew, or something to that effect. Because he was always doing that when we were kids. Being a meat inspector, he was always bringing home, like, beef heart or oxtail, and just was tried to pass this stuff off on us as it being, exotic. Come on, kids, give it a go.